Gamification and game-based learning are among the hottest topics in L&D at the moment. The market for serious gaming and gamification is predicted to rise from $2 billion in 2012 to $7.4 billion this year. With so much attention-grabbing information at our fingertips, it's harder than ever to capture the attention of learners. It's even more difficult to sustain that attention. The average learner's changed from what we came to expect even 5 years ago. They no longer expect to be presented with simple content. They're looking to be pushed and to be challenged. And that's where gamification really comes to the fore. I'm going to run through 5 of the easiest ways to get on board with gamification. This will help you to start to change the way you think about your content, but also support the use of gaming features in your future projects. So firstly, consider creating branching scenarios. It's actually one of the easiest approaches to start implementing gamification methods. Branching scenarios provide the learner with an immersive experience that actually pulls them into the heart of the action. And in 2009, video games became the country's most valuable purchased entertainment market. Software and hardware sales actually topped £4 billion in this country, and that's more than DVD and music combined, and it's almost 4 times what the cinema box office take-ins were. One of the main reasons for this is that in video games, and especially in game-based learning, you as the user actually dictate the outcome of that experience. So passive viewing that I spoke about previously is something that is slowly being wiped away. And branching scenarios in this example are essentially the video games in that market analogy. Traditional e-learning becomes the movies, and that's the passive experience we're trying to move away from. Familiarise yourself with the science behind reward-motivated behaviour. It will really help you to understand how to draw learners in and how to keep them hooked. Let users explore the environment. A sense of mystery and intrigue really helps to create an engaging experience for the user. It's also one of the easiest ways to deviate away from a traditional linear approach. So right from the start, you're telling the learner this is a far different experience to what you're used to. Keep it bite-sized. If you break up your content into short, snappy pieces, then the learner will be able to practice their skills and also minimise cognitive fatigue. Think about the difficulty of your course. One of the worst things that a gamer can say about a game is that it's too easy. So we need to keep this in mind when we're designing learning. And actually, gone are the days of creating really boring passive content. We actually now have a chance to push the learner and to test them. And finally, you'll need to use all of these tips together to create successful gamified content. One tip by itself doesn't really gamify an experience, and it's important not to just take one area and consider that a course now involves gamification. You tend to see people do this a lot with badges. People put badges into their course and they think that this has now changed the outcome of the user behaviour, but actually it hasn't. And taking the tips in isolation isn't going to help you in the grand scheme of things. Take all 5, look how you can use them, as this is where the engagement's going to come from.